Hey there friends, and welcome back to Lori's Crafty Corner. Today's video is a flip through of all the layouts that I made with Chamel's Head in the Clouds collection. I made a total of 11 layouts. I didn't count up how many pictures I used, but since some, I think like 4, I made them like last year, I thought I'd just make a video where I show you every one that I made. The collection is officially bashed. I still have like 2 sheets of 12 by 12 paper that I didn't use, like 3 or 4 chipboard, barely any ephemera, and the sticker sheet was just bashed. So I was like, okay, I'm done. It's done. So now I can look forward to doing the same thing with Paige Evans' Horizon collection before moving on to making layouts with Chamel's Field Trip collection and Paige Evans' Truly Grateful collection. So this first layout, I made it, I believe it was November, December, around there. I just used some blue cardstock, went vertical in terms of using my patterned paper, and then to create movement I added embellishments from one corner to the other. And the background has just some splatters of white acrylic paint and gold acrylic paint. This other one, I used patterned paper as my background, added this focal point here, and then embellished accordingly. I used some shimmers, but I don't recall the color of it. This one, I loved it. This is another patterned paper from the collection, and it's sort of like a galaxy layout. Well, not layout, background. So what I did is that I focused my main cluster over here, and then I added tons of tiny embellishments throughout the whole page. Some of them are the hearts, chipboard hearts, puffy hearts from her collection, enamel shapes from her collection, and then some Nouveau drops and other enamel shapes from my stash. I loved this one, how it turned out. And you can see that these 4 layouts are the ones that I made early on, because I kept things a bit more simple, more clean, a cleaner look. Even though I added mixed media, it wasn't a ton of mixed media. I sort of went on a horizontal, for a horizontal look here, added some pieces of patterned paper for it to, so that it peeked from behind the picture. And I like using color on my backgrounds. This one I made earlier during the month. These I made 11, so these I already showed you 4, so I have 7 left. These are the newer ones, and you can see that there's a difference. Every time we craft, we start learning new stuff, we start like moving into our grooves, and then we also have those moments where we go through these phases where we do a lot of mixed media or not so much, not rely on it so much. We also have phases where we use colored backgrounds or white backgrounds, so you'll see the difference. This one, I used a patterned paper from the collection as my background. I need to trim off this the branding strip, and this I do have a process video. Why is this over here? This is supposed to be, let me glue this down. Okay, so I do have a process video. For all the layouts that I do have a process video, I'll link them down below in the description. So in case you want to see how I made it, you're more than welcome to head over there. This one I went more mixed media heavy. I used a patterned paper as my background, added some shimmers, in Rip Van Periwinkle, Hint of Mint, Hermit the Frog, and Jenny B. Blue. And then embellished as I usually do. I like adding tiny embellishments here and there. This one, since I was trying to use up most of the patterned paper, that's why I have a chunk of patterned paper on the right hand side of the layout. Fussy cut some florals from Paige Evans Horizon, and since the colors went together, I married the two collections together. This is a tag from Paige Evans, and I tied it in to the whole layout. So as you can see, I've made layouts with Chamelle's Head in the Clouds that are romantic. Some of them are very cutesy, babyish, and boy themed. So it's, even though when you look at it at first glance, you're like, it has dragons, unicorns, mermaids, it's like, how am I going to use this? But it's actually very versatile for when you want to document other stories that aren't make-believe in a sense. Here's another one. I loved this one because I wanted to go more towards that fantastical feeling, because my sons and I are just riding the teacups at Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, and I added some Mickeys that I bought at Walgreens. They are chipboard epoxy Mickeys, and since I was going for that fantasy feel, I added that. This is where I went crazy with unicorns and dragons and whatnot. This one, loved it. Used a patterned paper as my background, and then I added lots of strips of paper to get an idea, so that if someone were to see this layout, they could get, well, just this layout, they could get a general idea of what the collection looks like. And then I went crazy with my embellishments. If you've seen previous videos, and if you've been following me for a while now, you know that I like my embellishment clusters, and I always try to do 3. Sometimes I go overboard and make like 4 or 5, but you know. This one, I went mixed media heavy. Another picture from the same day that we were writing the teacups. I used a Vicki Boutin Foundations paper, and I sprayed some shimmers in, this is Cotton Candy, Hint of Mint, and Rip Van Periwinkle. And then this one, I thought it was the last layout that I was going to make with this collection. So I just started like throwing embellishments onto it, but I don't know. Even though it looks like, it really was like, okay, throw this in. And you know how sometimes when we cook, we're like that, okay, let me add this in and throw that piece of bacon in there. And well, that's how I did this. I was like, okay, it looks great. Okay, add it there. Ooh, let me put this on 3D craft foam. Oh, so yeah. And then the last one is this one. I love it. I love it. I love it. I know I made it. It's like, you're supposed to love what you make, but I don't know what, I don't know. I love how it turned out. I love, it's a mermaid themed layout for these pool pictures. I love how the colors of the pictures marry into the colors of the layout. I love how it all just plays together. I love, these are branches that I just punched out on some hot pink paper, but before I punched them out, I sprayed the paper with some shimmers to give them a sort of a different tone to them. And I don't know, I love it. It's crazy, I know. I mean, I love paper. I love pink, not pink. I mean, I do, but not right now, but purple. And then, I don't know. I love it. So I'll link you to all the videos that I made so that you can get inspired to document your stories. And whenever you get a collection, try and think outside the theme box. Sometimes we struggle with getting our stuff documented because we get our heads wrapped around, oh, this is a romantic collection, I can't use it to document baby pictures. Well, you can. It all depends on how you embellish it, how you decorate it. And really, I hope you guys are inspired to use up your stash, to document your stories, and overall to have fun. If anything, I'll see you back soon with another process video or album tutorial or layout share video. Please share my videos and have people come, send the word down. Have people visit my page on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, so that we can all get inspired, so that we can all get crafting and we can all have fun. If anything, I'll see you back soon. Bye.